ground vipering my way back into another video. Welcome, as I am FOXSOL, and today we have some more news about Guilty Gear XRD Revelator. This time, and this is a complete warning for all you guys watching this video, this is going to be a spoiler alert. Yes, we have right now in my hand, in these two pieces of paper, we have the story of Guilty Gear XRD Revelator as it is now. A good friend of mine, Tag Anarchy, who comes into our live streams once in a while, I followed him on Twitter and found this story out through him. Now, he could not read this story at all. Someone gave it to him apparently, and he could read the story because he did not want to spoil the story for himself whatsoever. And I'm alerting all of you guys right now, if you do not want to be spoiled on the story of Guilty Gear XRD Revelator, do not watch this video. I repeat, do not watch this video. So, without further ado, we're going to get straight into this. You have been amply warned about this, and we're going to go through the points, because these are bullet points now, of the XRD Revelator story, and these are some different things that's going to occur within the story. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Aria, confirmed to be as the material body for justice. Seems like Soul didn't know about that. Well, this is a little bit interesting. So, you're saying, since Guilty Gear Original, when Soul Bad Guy first fought Justice, that he might have not known that Justice was actually his girlfriend, fiancée, wife, whatever you would like to call her, the woman that was special in his heart. Jacko has both Justice contained within her, as well as another half. The other half might be Elphelt, question mark. So far in this bullet point, we know that Jacko has part of Justice's DNA, I guess, within her, and we don't know where the other half comes from. And a lot of people are probably saying, because of the new Elphelt redesign, that this might be the other half. We don't know. Referred to as Jacko Valentine during the story. We already knew from an article back, like, what, 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago, excuse me, that Jacko was going to be a Valentine. So this now clearly states within the story that she is going to be a Valentine. Old memories swell up into Jacko when she sees Soul, but they aren't Aria's memories, as well as her personality is unstable. That is the reason why sometimes she acts childish and licks a lollipop. So, with that being said, the old memories that swell up in Jacko when she sees Souls that aren't Aria's memories might be some kind of a confusion state. Maybe Aria's memories might be within Jacko, but Jacko doesn't realize this, and it's just maybe a fluster of feelings, you know, every time she sees Soul or Frederick, in that logical sense. And the personality of her being and acting childish and licking lollipops, like we stated since the first time we saw Jacko, she was the brand new waifu material because she did look like this innocent, sweet girl that once she put on the mask, that she turned into this, I hate to say it like this, but somewhat a slutty, mature woman. I'm going to try to refrain from myself from cursing in this, so do apologize, but let's get on with this a little bit more. Soul is currently suffering from the flame of corruption within his body. Now, the flame of corruption, I remember a few things from Guilty Gear 2 Overture, like I believe one of the achievements for the 360 was if you won 50 ranked matches, you actually got, whether you were playing the Japanese version or playing the American version, either Flames of Corruption or the Immortal Flame. This made me go do some research real quick to try to see if I couldn't brush up my memory, and I couldn't find exactly what this was. So if anybody can leave a comment below, please let me know what you think, because the research that I found says that Soul took part of the Crusades, ironically becoming one of the Knights. He acquired a nickname, Corrupt or Immortal Flame, depending from your region, during that time. A name such figures as Ino and Justice used for him later. Now, if he is suffering from the flames of corruption, I'm guessing that has to do with the fact that he is a gear that is withholding his gear form, because of the bandana that says rock on that's on his forehead. This is what's keeping his gear state of powers intact to where thing. And if you remember in Get to Gear XR Sign, he's always got this voice in the back of his head to destroy it all, to go on a rampage, you know. So in Get to Gear XR Sign story, it appears that he has got the flames of corruption that is making him suffer. So does this mean that Soul Bad Guy, we might actually get to see him go full gear state in the story? That would be fucking epic. I just cursed. My apologies. Bedman sleeps because his engine/body would overload if moved awake. Not sure how I take this one, so because they're trying to state that his body is more of an engine for the bed, and that if he were to move awake, that it would overload. I'm not exactly sure what they're stating about this, but this is one of the bullet points. Kronos actually couldn't fully fuse with Justice before they were ripped apart in Faust's story. Well, we already know this if you watch the Guilty Gear XR Sign story, which it states that. Which I'm going to talk about something in the video with you guys here in a minute. New characters, Raven and Tuner. Raven isn't really a new character that I know of. He was in Guilty Gear 2 Overture, but he's a new character for the XR story. So Raven, if you guys remember the boss battle fight with him, it was fucking epic. His attitude was epic. I would say that I wanted Izuna to come back. This might help us with the visual novel to get Izuna back. But to have Raven come into the arcade story mode, holy cow. Or holy shit, if you know what I mean. Raven stands in battle stages during the events like Sin did in arcade mode. Pretty much a complete character? Question mark. This might mean that we have a confirmation for another original character to come play with, which might be Raven. Because if he is a complete character, this will be a character for like console, that he will be unlockable. This will be epic. Raven is apparently traveling with Soul, Sin, and Ram now. Holy crap, because Raven, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while, please forgive me, it's been a while since I played Guilty Gear 2 Overture, but Raven was the guy that was working with that man. So, him traveling alongside Soul, Sin, and Ram, going to go get Elphelt, most likely. This is a change of events, in my personal opinion, because maybe they see a greater threat and they have to work together, because Raven was kind of that person that was provoking Soul Bad Guy to get into to fully go gear and fully get mad and angry. You know what I'm saying? And now he's traveling along. Maybe he's still going to be doing what he normally does, which is provoke Soul Bad Guy a little bit more. Turner is always referred with the name written in kanji. She wears Japanese clothing and a bell hanging above her breasts. It's apparent that she is friends with Johnny. Turner appears in both Leo, Faust's story, and probably in Johnny's too, but this hasn't been tested. So even though someone has done Leo and Faust's story, they still haven't done Johnny's story. Whether Johnny's story was complete or not, we have no information about this just yet, apparently. Leo's story outright states that it's only been a few days since Sign's ending. Final boss in Leo's story is Kai, whose Ride the Lightning is apparently as fast as Zygonroga and moves in 3 directions like Sin's. Holy shit! Now, I'm going to curse on that one, because Ride the Lightning moving 3 times like Sin's one and being super fast. If this is actual going to be in the game itself, this is going to be, holy crap. As a person who hates Kai and fights against Kai players once in a while, this is going to be something I'm going to get annoyed by very easily. So, for all you Kai players, Ride the Lightning is now going to be, hopefully, now this is just in the story, but if it is also part of the character change in moveset, you'll be able to pull it off 3 times? My question is what kind of damage will it do? Next bullet point. Elphelt is shattered within Bedman's dream. Okay, so When Elphelt was collected at the end of Guilty Gear XR Sign's story, she was recaptured because they had more use for her. Bedman and the lady had more uses for her. And the thing is that Elphelt is shattered within Bedman's dream. So the story, I'm guessing that if we do get a visual novel state, will probably be born in Bedman's psyche, in his dream now. And most likely, maybe Soul Bad Guy, Sin, or Ramathal is going to have to get in there to recover the shattered, I'm going to say shards in a sense, of Ramathal to maybe bring her back her personality. Because if you guys remember in my last video, I showcased the new Elphelt, which makes her look like she was completely changed with the dog collar, the collars around her hands, the frail look to her. This might be part of the reason why she has this new redesign. Faust and Kronos are on their way to Colony to meet Turner. Turner is something like a doctor. She says that the body temperature of Japanese keep rising by 0.22 Celsius degrees regarding of their other diseases or temperature outside. Faust says that the Japanese within the colony have their symptoms proceeded too far. The treatment they receive cannot be used on May. This is the current story so far for Faust. What I can regard from this is that in the ending, Faust is doing whatever he can to help May, and apparently the treatment that they receive cannot be used on May, which I don't know what to say about that, man. That kind of makes me a little sad. Sin, Soul, Sin, Ram, Leo, Jacko, Ino, Bedman apparently have their stories pretty much the same. Hunting Jacko. So their stories are basically going to hunt down Jacko. Johnny, May, Faust, Leo have the story that's pretty much the same, learning about the Japanese. Still no detail of what kind of story does Milia, Zato, Potenkum, Chip, Axel Slayer, and Venom have. So, that is currently all the information that we have right now about the Guilty Gear XR REVELATOR Story. Thoughts and opinions, guys? If you did watch this video and you weren't worried about being spoiled, what are your thoughts and opinions about what I've just read right here? Like I said, my friend tagged Anarchy linked me all of this, and it is quite fucking amazing. This is something that I was not fully predicting. That's why I saved reading this till just now, and I was giving my thoughts and opinions while reading it. But I mean, to have Kronos also with Faust on their way to go to the colony to meet Turner and everything, I don't know. So does this mean Kronos is going to turn into somewhat of a good guy? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Who knows? Until the next video, my name is FOXSOL, and remember, and always remember, XR is better. So have a great day.